For over 35 years, the Cacciatore family has provided state-of-the-art auto collision repairs. V&J Auto Body is not only certified to repair all makes and models, V&J is one of the few auto body repair shops certified by Tesla to repair and recalibrate their automobiles, as well as other electric and hybrid vehicles. Detailed repairs combined with award-winning concierge service makes V&J the only choice for your collision repair needs. V&J will pick up your automobile wherever on Long Island you are, provide you with a rental, and deliver your vehicle when the job is complete. Too good to be true? Visit VJAutobody.com. That's VJAutobody.com. Come over and meet the crew. VJ Auto Body's 2 state-of-the-art facilities are equipped with the latest technologies in auto repair. Let V&J communicate with your insurance company for you and deliver back to you a detailed, perfectly repaired vehicle. Contact V&J Auto Body by visiting VJAutobody.com or call 631-226-0070. That's 631-226-0070. Well, welcome everyone. Once again, this is Peter Krause, the one and only host of Crash Course Radio. Welcome everyone to Crash Course Radio. And of course, I am your humble host, Peter Krause. I'm also the owner and founder of CollisionServiceNetwork.com. Go to CollisionServiceNetwork.com for all of your collision/insurance needs. And get familiar with us there, right? There's a treasure trove of information awaiting you. And the radio show, if you've been following us, dovetails with that. We like to say that we are the one and only true voice of the auto body industry, okay, here across the fruited plains of Long Island. All right, and that is true to the word because we are speaking to the folks every Tuesday afternoon here, as I've been doing for over a year now, and we'll continue to do it for the greater part of this year. Thanks to the benevolence of V&J Auto Body. Thank you very much, guys. Chandler and James Verone, for your support and your dedication to our mission. CollisionServiceNetwork.com. That mission is, of course, supporting and promoting the independently owned and operated auto body industry, as well as educating and informing the consumer of their rights, expectations as it relates to an auto insurance policy. All right, and we do that here every Tuesday afternoon, right? And you know the mantra, if you've been following us and listening to us, it is, of course, we're giving you information and knowledge you need and can use and advice you can trust. All right, very, very true. Hey, folks, this is a live show, and if you want to be part of the show, if you want to add to the show, all right, please do. It's 631-451-1039. That is 631-451-1039. Brings you into this amazing little studio here, and you get to talk to little old me. You can find us on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Spotify, and Anchor. All right, that's thanks to the amazing work of my, he doubles as my engineer here, as well as my social media manager, Anthony. Anthony, thanks a lot for your great work. And we just keep plodding along, folks. All right, we keep growing and expanding. Thanks for all the support. We really appreciate it. If you've been a long-time listener, thank you very much. Hey, speaking of listening, I hope some of you were able to tune in last week. We had an in-studio guest, which was always pretty exciting. All right, he was a owner of Thriftway Auto Body. All right, Thriftway Auto Body down in Lindenhurst Village. All right, his name's Steve, and we got to talk to Steve about a few topics that are affecting the industry, as well as, more specifically speaking, the challenges we face as an industry, as well as his individual shop. With respect to, the insurance company-sponsored shops and, of course, the customer, right, you guys. All right, so that was a lot of fun. Steve, thanks for coming down. And you can find Steve and his team over at Thriftway Auto Body, all right, in downtown Lindenhurst Village, all right, off of Wellwood Avenue and Auburn Street. All right, so if you're in that area and you need that kind of help, folks, you know what you're going to do, right? You're going to give those guys a call over there. And that is like I said during the show, they are a quintessential family-owned and operated auto body shop, right? Great, great place. I've been there many times. I went there as a professional insurance adjuster. Very clean, state-of-the-art facility, all right? And they will treat you like family the minute you walk through the door. All right, 631-451-1039. And we're gonna give a shout-out to the question of the day right away here. All right, because it is always Christmas time here at Crash Course Radio, and Santa Claus is always in the house. All right, we like to give away free stuff here. Bill, I hope you got your free stuff. Bill was a winner a few weeks ago out Mastic. Bill, I hope you got your free goodies there. You should have got it. I hope it got to you. All right, and enjoy on us. And we want to give away some more free stuff today. All right, so here's the question of the day. All right, if you were listening last week, this isn't redundancy. We never got a call. We never got an answer. All right, so here we go. All right, my insurance company is telling me that I am not at fault for the accident, and I should file my claim with the person who hit me. All right, but I want to use my insurance. Can they do this? So you got in an accident. You called the insurance company, and the guy's telling you, or the girl's telling you, you're not at fault. It looks like the other guy's totally at fault for the accident. You got to go file the insurance over there. All right, can they do that? Can they tell you to do that? Can they try and dissuade you from filing a claim with your insurance? Right? There's a right answer to this, black and white. Okay, let's see. Let's get some callers in on that. All right, let's see if we can give away some free stuff today. All right, I'll tip my hat to some of it. All right, we want to give away a nice gift certificate here, gift card to Dunkin' Donuts today. All right, everybody like Dunkin' Donuts? Let's get some callers. 631-451-1039. I know we have the smartest and the sharpest listeners out there. So let's see if we can hear from some of our listeners out there. All right, my insurance company is telling me, basically you had an accident. You called your insurance company. All right, and they're telling you, hey, you got to go file a claim over there with the other guy. You don't file it with us. All right, can they do that? Can they dissuade you from filing a claim with your insurance company and make you go through the other guy's insurance? All right. Give us a call. Let me know what the answer is. All right. And on that, let's see. So, yeah, like I said, we did have a guest last week, and we had a lot of fun with that. All right. I did start the show off a couple weeks ago saying how we're trying to expand the format, folks. And along that line, I am working on that. We're looking to bring two interesting guests in next week. All right, and they are going to be speaking on the topic, which is very near and dear to the auto body industry here on Long Island, and hopefully to a lot of young people out there. All right, and this is going to be regarding education and training. All right, because this is a real sore topic here for the industry, and I think me and Steve touched on that last week. So. Hopefully we can get those two guys in here, right? It's going to be a professor from Suffolk Community College, all right, as well as a gentleman that who's done a lot of work with regard to Long Island having a drag strip again. I didn't even know that existed, right? So we're working on getting them in here next week, and let's see if we can have a lot of fun with those guys. I think we have a caller on the phone. We got somebody who wants to take a shot at the first question of the day. Jeff from Deer Park, welcome to Crash Course Radio. Jeff, what do you got for us?
Hi, thanks for taking my call. Appreciate it. Like the show.
Thank you.
I'm a airbrush artist, custom painter. I do a lot of custom work on cars, motorcycles. The question I have is, what do people do that customize the vehicle? It could be an old car, it could be a brand new car. A lot of people are customizing their rides. What do they do to make sure that A, that gets covered by insurance if they have an accident, and B, how do the body shops approach this? Because many body shops do not have the personnel to do the work, to do airbrush a mural on a car, or pinstripe a car, or do this type of specialty work. So that's how is that being approached in the industry?
Hey, Jeff, well, that's a good question. All right, so it's kind of a two-parter. All right, one kind of involves the insurance end of it, and the other involves the business side of it. As far as the industry, the auto body industry. So as far as what Jeff is talking about, folks, and this has become a very important issue of late. Right, within the last few years, a lot of insurance companies have started to differentiate what Jeff is talking about. So if you add anything on, all right, and what I've said earlier on this topic is, when you take out insurance, when you go to a broker or you go to your agent, right, and they turn around and you say, hey, I want my car insured, and you insure, well, you're insuring that car right then and there, all right? Whatever that car has on it, whatever's involved option-wise, right, that's what you're insuring. If you alter any of that after that, okay, and you don't notify the insurance companies, now years ago this wasn't as big of an issue, right? When I started in the industry, it actually was, and then they got away from it, and now they're going back to it. All right, so what we're talking about here is you have to make sure that you notify your insurance company of these things. What Jeff is talking about, either aftermarket stuff or customized things, right? Whether it be wheels or exhaust or anything like that. You want to make sure that your insurance company is aware of this, because a lot of companies are requiring that the policy all right, have an addendum added to it. All right. And what that basically means is that you're telling them that you altered something, so that's changing the risk. All right. I know you and I are like scratching our heads going, it's just wheels and that. Yes, but the insurance company's position is, I didn't insure that, though. I insured the car with steel wheels, and now you have fancy chrome wheels. So anytime you change the risk profile, all right, or in other words, what you agreed to, you need to let the insurance company know. Otherwise, you could end up, holding the bag on that. All right. Jeff, we're going a little short here on this segment. Can I hold you over?
Sure.
Jeff, what's the name of your business?
JT Airbrush Art and Design.
Jake Airbrush Design.
JT Airbrush Art Design.
JT Airbrush Design. All righty. We'll get right back to Jeff.
The low rider is a little higher.
All right, welcome back, everyone, to Crash Course Radio. I am your host, Peter Crouch, and we are speaking with Jeff from JT Airbrush Design. That's Jeff from JT Airbrush Design. And we were speaking to Jeff. Jeff called and had a very interesting question, a two-parter. I want to clarify some things on that issue, too, okay? I said addendum, all right, and I was misspoken. It's actually what's called an endorsement, folks, all right? So this is becoming a commonplace thing again. I don't know why. Probably because these aftermarket items are getting more expensive and crazier. So insurance companies felt the need to go back to that. Right. So basically what it is an endorsement. So if you change anything from the original policy, you really need to let the insurance company know. And most times they'll turn around and say, we got to add an endorsement to the policy, and this way you'll be covered. Now that endorsement you'll incur an additional cost on your premium, but it pales in what you may have to pay if you don't tell them. They can deny it. All right. Now, a lot of generic policies, most of them will cover up to $1,000 worth of customization. After that, you're going to be on the hook if you didn't let them know. All right. So remember, endorsements. So the other part of Jeff's question we want to address right now, I think, Jeff, you were talking about customization and the body shop industry. Is that true?
Yeah, because I find I just had this situation. Person had a '69 vintage pickup truck.
Nice.
Had it painted, and did sort of a two-tone paint job on it. On the back of on a tailgate, where it had some letters, embossed into the thing.
Right.
So,
Nice.
And they had to tape off the letters because part of it was white, part of it was green, and he just butchered this thing up. I mean,
yes,
they just butchered this because I've had shops do a two-tone paint job on a motorcycle, and they bring it, and they want it pinstriped, and I can see where the two colors meet.
Right.
They're just not not that thing.
Right.
And some shops can do some of that work, and some shops don't have much capability in that.
Without a doubt, Jeff. So Jeff is talking about another issue that the industry struggles with all the time, folks, and this is talent and basically training, right? I mean, the demand is there, but it's a shortage of qualified, talented labor. All right, and Jeff is talking about something which is very specific, the refinishing, and the refinishing today. Folks, when I started in the industry, the big thing was the heavy guy, right? The guy that would pull the car and the chassis. Today, it's gone 180 degrees the other way. Now you got to have a really good painter. Your painter is probably the highest paid guy in the shop. All right, if he's not the highest paid, he's high up there on the food chain for the reasons that Jeff is talking about. Okay, because you put together the paints themselves, right? I mean, you have tri-coats and even 4-stage paints and like Jeff said, maybe two tones and these different variations. If you don't have a high talent pool in your shop, you're going to end up with the debacle that Jeff is talking about. All right, these folks they're just not going to be able to to handle the demand of the job, right? I mean, they listen, and I'm sure all of them have good intentions. Jeff, they probably all want to do a good job. They just don't have the talent pool. They don't have the resources. And it's a real challenge. It is, Jeff. It is very challenging. I mean, in my shop, we're very fortunate. We have state-of-the-art equipment. We've tended to hire very good painters, but I will tell you, folks, they're very difficult to keep around. Painters are they know their net worth if they're very good, and they tend to be very difficult to tie down. So, good question, Jeff, and we really appreciate the call, and thank you for being a listener to Crash Course Radio. Folks, that was Jeff from JT Airbrush Design, all right, customization. So, what can I tell you, right? That was a great call, great question, and that's because we got the greatest listeners on this show, folks, all right? The most informed, all right, and the most intelligent listeners, all right? And that was a very good question there because it dealt with two aspects of our industry, all right? One being the challenge that we face, all right, to get good talent, qualified people. And then, of course, the other one being, insurance, right, which we talk about here all the time. Right? It's very, very important. And I did touch on that. I think we dedicated a segment a while back to that about endorsements, all right, and how important it is today to make sure that you understand, that you just, you can put different stuff on your car, obviously, right? I mean, it's a free country, so to speak. But be honest with yourself about that. Say, listen, I'm putting these really expensive wheels. I'm changing the paint scheme. I'm changing the engine, the transmission, the suspension assemblies. I'm putting fancy lights in there. I'm putting a high alarm system in there, and all these things are changing. They're changing the insurability of the car. All right, they're changing the contract agreement you had when you sat down with the broker or your agent and you said, hey, I want you guys to insure my, 1999 Volkswagen Jetta, right? Or my 2022, Mercedes CL class. No problem. You got it. Here you go. Here's your policy. Now you go out 6 months later and you change all that, right? You got to think hard about that, folks, all right? Now, I was an adjuster. Okay, that's what I did. I was a professional adjuster for many years, working for many different insurance companies. And unfortunately, I had to deliver bad news, okay? And people didn't like that, all right? In the insurance industry, I know we got a, reputation for delivering bad news, and we talk about that here on the show. But honestly, there is a way to prevent that, and that's what we're doing here, Crash Course Radio, where what? The mantra is we're giving you knowledge and information you need and can use and advice you can trust. So Jeff, through his question, just helped us deliver on that promise, right? Because we're informing everybody. Okay, so buyer beware. All right, if you change the policy, folks, you add things on or even take things off. All right, and I warn people about this with homes. All right, there's a real pitfall there with homes. Please, shop your insurance. I talked about this since I got on the air. Every 6 months, folks, you change anything in your house, you get an add-on, a dormer, you put a swimming pool in. Maybe you throw a fireplace inside the den. Anything like this is changing the contract. It's altering the insurability. It's changing the risk that the insurance company agreed to. All right, and you need to let them know that. Most likely, in when it comes to homeowners insurance, most likely they'll have to increase, okay, the premium on the house. What that means is they're going to increase the insurability, right, the base value of the home. So if they insured your house when you bought it for $300,000, but now you've invested in it and the house is worth $350,000. Well, if you don't let them know, you could be in deep duty, okay? If you don't let them know that you improved on the home, you could be in deep duty, all right? So please, that's serious stuff. Make sure you're shopping your insurance at least every 6 months, all right? Because, you don't want to be that guy, right? You don't want to be that person that's got to turn around and tell your family, oh, we forgot to tell them this, that, the other thing, and now guess what? They're only paying us for this, all right? It's preventable, okay? So endorsements, remember that. Very, very important. If you change anything or you alter the policy from what was agreed to, you may be required to get an endorsement to the policy, all right? They'll pay for it, and yes, your premium will go up, all right, to reflect that, but hey, if it goes up $50 and your endorsement covers you for the $2,000 worth of work you did to the car, I think that's a pretty good investment, right? So talk to your insurance broker, your agent about that, all right? And we have an amazing insurance broker, DKM Risk Management, all right? Risk Partners up in Hauppauge, all right? Lisa and the team, All right, so if you're in doubt about certain things and you're looking for a real consummate professional to clear things up, give Lisa and her team a call at DKM Risk up in Hauppauge, and they'll be more than happy to sit down with you. All right, looks like we're coming to the close of the second segment. It was a very good one, right? That's what we do here. We have good segments, and we have a lot of fun, all right? And that was a lot of fun. Again, Jeff, thanks for calling in. Appreciate you participating in the program. All right, when we come back on the other side of the break, we're going to give a shout-out on the question of the day again. We're still looking for a caller. Come on, somebody call. I want to give away free stuff. All right, 631-451-1039. Free stuff, folks. Everybody likes free stuff. All we need is an answer to the question. See you on the other side of the break.
My friend, the low rider. The low rider is a little higher.
For over 35 years, the Cacciatore family has provided state-of-the-art auto collision repairs. V&J Auto Body is not only certified to repair all makes and models, V&J is one of the few auto body repair shops certified by Tesla to repair and recalibrate their automobiles, as well as other electric and hybrid vehicles. Detailed repairs combined with award-winning concierge service makes V&J the only choice for your collision repair needs. V&J will pick up your automobile wherever on Long Island you are, provide you with a rental, and deliver your vehicle when the job is complete. Too good to be true? Visit VJAutobody.com. That's VJAutobody.com. Come over and meet the crew. VJ Auto Body's 2 state-of-the-art facilities are equipped with the latest technologies in auto repair. Let V&J communicate with your insurance company for you and deliver back to you a detailed, perfectly repaired vehicle. Contact V&J Auto Body by visiting VJAutobody.com or call 631-226-0070. That's 631-226-0070. Love that drum roll on that intro. I love it. Hey, folks, it's Crash Course Radio with your host, Peter Crouch. Welcome, everyone, to Crash Course Radio. Listen, we can be found on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Spotify, and Anchor, and not necessarily in that order. That's a funny. 631-451-1039. Brings you into the little old studio here, and you get to speak to little old me. And we'd love to hear from someone out there. We're looking for an answer to the question of the day. Your insurance company, you just called them up, you got an accident, and they're telling you you're not at fault, right? And then they're telling you, go pound salt. Not exactly. But they're telling you that you need to go to the other guy's insurance company and file the claim. Is that true? Can they do that, right? They're trying to dissuade you from using your coverage. All right, and they're saying you should file your claim with the person who hit you, all right, but you're insisting on using your insurance, all right? Can they do this, all right? There is a definite right answer to that, all right? So let's get somebody to call in and give it a shot. And, hey, listen, on Crash Course Radio, we are, equal parity here, folks. You are a winner either way, right or wrong answer. You will be getting some free stuff, all right? And I don't know about you, but my old mantra when I was out there was, if it's free, it's for me. All right, we want to give away a $10 gift certificate to Dunkin' Donuts, all right, and some other really cool stuff. So give us a shout here, 631-451-1039. Crash Course Radio, frustrating the heck out of the insurance companies with one arm tied behind my back. I tell you, I don't know where I get the talent sometimes. Hey, I want to touch on something very important, but also very near and dear to my heart and drives me nuts. All right, and that is, of course, well, not of course. How could we say of course? Nobody knows what I'm going to say yet. That would be, all right, this whole concept of severity. All right, now you're probably scratching your head going, what does he mean by severity? Well, that's a fancy term we use for basically the average cost on repair. Right? Insurance companies like to use that as a tool of measurement against their adjusters. In the auto body industry, we like to look at severity as average cost. So what we mean by that is, what is our average estimate trending like? All right. And for some reason, I don't know what this is. This is psychology again. It may have something to do with the intimidation factor that the insurance companies seem to have over people. I don't know why. It's two parties to a contract. The insurance policy is a contract, all right? And even though, yes, it is it is kind of a irreciprocal relationship, right? They do tend to, at least the perception, right, would be that they tend to hold a little more sway than we do. But, as I've explained here, you do have certain rights and expectations that you absolutely should demand that they meet, right? When it comes to filing a claim. At any rate, what I'm speaking to here is the severity, right? So you get in a car crash, you go to a collision service network shop, right? Because that's what you're going to do. All right? You're going to go to collisionservicenetwork.com for all of your insurance and, most importantly, auto body related necessities. All right, you're going to find an amazing network partner there, and they're going to fix your car the right way, consistent with industry standards, but most importantly, all right, consistent with your expectation. They're going to fix the car for you and not for the insurance company. All right, but I digress. Okay, we'll go right back here to what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is the estimate. All right. So insurance company comes in, the negotiations take place, right? It's a success. They get the agreed price, all right, and they get the dollar amount of the job that's required to return your car to a pre-loss condition. And of course, to make sure that there's no stress factors on you, right? I mean, other than your deductible. And if you're going with a collision service network shop, guess what? You're most likely going to be entitled to a deductible discount, right? How cool is that? Nobody likes to pay the deductible, right? Let's face it, folks. Got to look at that proverbial mirror, all right, in the house. We all agree that $1,000, $500, but we don't really intend on paying that, right? All right, so go to collisionservicenetwork.com and at least give yourself a shot at a possible discount. You go to an insurance-sponsored shop, and what do I say? You're going to pay. All right, and not only are you going to pay, but you also could end up with a lot of headaches, all right? So don't do that. Do the right thing. Go to collisionservicenetwork.com and let us help you make the right decision. So we're talking about the severity of the estimate here, right? What do we mean by that? So have a customer calls up, hey, insurance guys gave us a shout, and they told me it was $12,000 was the amount of the damages. Wow, I'm really flipping out here. I can't believe it's that much. I'm afraid the insurance company, they're going to raise my rates. So that's the problem right there, folks. All right, listen up, okay? The dollar amount of your estimate is not correlated to your premium. All right, whether the insurance company pays $1 or $100,000, doesn't matter. Here's what matters. All right, stick this in your craw. This is all that matters when it comes to this. I know everybody's understandably, things are getting very expensive, so people have a lot of trepidation today, right, when it comes to insurance claims and filing a claim and their rates. And that's an understandably, that's a concern. However, all right, I want to clarify something because we get this a lot. All right, this is something that we have to deal with as an industry. All right, and here at Crash Course Radio, we're going to help put this to sleep, at least for the folks that listen to me every Tuesday afternoon. There is no correlation, folks, whether they pay $1, $10, or $10,000. All right, the only two things you need to be concerned about, all right, in general. Now, this is a generalization as it applies to insurance concepts, the insurance industry, and insurance principles, is liability and recovery. All right, so are you liable for the loss? Okay, so if you're liable, all right, how liable are you? What's the liability? And here in New York, we operate on the premise of comparative negligence. So what that means is they're going to look at everything, right? Traffic control devices, the parties involved, the cause, the points of impact, all this other stuff, and then they're going to apply comparative negligence, and they're going to figure out who's more or less wrong for the accident. Sometimes it's black and white, and you're just dead wrong, or the other guy's dead wrong, and you're dead right, and that's great. But more often than not, there's going to be some negligence applied. And even in that instance there, it doesn't necessarily mean you're going to have a rate increase, right? Because then we get back to recovery, right? So if the insurance company is going to have an opportunity to recover the monies they paid you to have your car fixed, well, they're going to use that to gauge any type of rate increase or premium increase that you may be exposed to. All right, so hopefully I cleared that up a little bit. Don't get too worked up about the dollar amount of the estimate. All right, folks, whether your adjuster tells you it's $5,000 or $12,000 or $28,000 if it's a Tesla, right, or a very high-end car, that's not necessarily the thing you really need to worry about. All right, what you do need to be concerned about is the liability, right? Who was right or wrong, more or less, for the accident? That's the first thing that's going to be a trigger for any possible premium increase. And, of course, recovery. Is there a possibility of recovery? Can they recover monies? And if so, how much? All right. Can they recover all of it, a percentage of it? All right. So these things are what really factor in. Now, those are generalities. There are more specifics that can go into it. And it does vary slightly company to company. All right. Each company's underwriting processes are going to be a little different. All right. They're going to be tweaked according to what they feel are the business parameters that they're operating in. All right. But in a general sense, those are the two core things that control your exposure to a premium increase. All right. So hopefully, we've alleviated some fears now going forward, and you guys have more of a general idea of what's involved. All right. It's not the dollar amount of the estimate, but it is the at fault. All right. Liability and, of course, recovery. All right. In a general sense. All right. So if you get the phone call from your shop and they're like, hey, negotiations went great. We got $18,000 to fix your car, Mr. Jones. $18,000. You guys are spending my money like water over there. The insurance company's going to hit me in the head with a hammer. No, not over that they're not. But if the $18,000, was a result of you, losing control of your car and driving through somebody's fence and damaging their property, well then, yeah. All right. Most definitely, you're exposed, all right, but not because of the dollar amount of the estimate. All right, so hopefully we added some background to that theme. All right, hopefully we clarified everybody's consternation over that. All right, and trepidation. All right, and I can't believe we're ending up another segment. Wow, time flies here at Crash Course Radio. All right. On the other side of the break, all right, we're looking for a caller. Come on, I know you're out there. I want to give away some free stuff, folks. All right. See you on the other side of the break.
Is a little higher.
All right, welcome back, everyone, to the final segment of Crash Course Radio, and I am your host, Peter Crouch, the one and only Crash Course Radio. First and only show dedicated to promoting and supporting the privately owned and operated auto body industry across the great fruited plains here of Long Island. And most importantly, we get to speak to the folks, so we're informing you, educating you, giving knowledge and information you need and can use, and advice you can trust. And you can find that and a lot more at collisionservicenetwork.com, of which I am the founder and president of. All right, so please go there, get familiar with us there. All right, there is a wealth of information as well as a dynamic network of all of our client business partners. Of course, most importantly, auto body shops. All right, these folks are professionals, and they are going to fix your car the way you want it, not the way the insurance guys do. All right, we also have some amazing attorneys. All right, injury attorneys. Okay, so you can find them there, and of course, DKM Risk is our one and only proud auto insurance broker. All right, Lisa and a team up there, professionals across the board. Hey, if you're a contractor, give them a shout, all right? They really specialize in that kind of stuff, all right? If you guys are in the contracting business, you know what I mean. It's very difficult to get that kind of insurance, and, of course, affordable-wise, too. So give Lisa and her team a call, DKM Risk up in Hauppauge. And, of course, go to collisionservicenetwork.com. Now, if you have a problem finding us, all right, the site has been under construction for a while. All right, I apologize for that. Just bear with us. All right, and we do now have a functioning Google page. All right, and I'm told that you can now go there and leave us a review. All right, so please do. All right, if you listen to the show, you enjoy the show, please go to Google. All right, and put in collisionservicenetwork.com. And please do opine about Crash Course Radio, all right, because we do obviously dovetail with Collision Service Network. All right, so we would appreciate that. I want to share a little something out of the stack of stuff. I haven't gone there in a while. Oh, folks, listen, I said earlier we keep talking about expanding the format, right? And on that note, I'm trying to bring in a couple guests next week. One gentleman was very involved in securing a new drag strip. All right, I know you probably see bumper stickers occasionally, right? Long Island needs a drag strip. Well, I didn't realize it, but apparently we have one. All right, and this gentleman, Brian Cohen, was instrumental in making that happen, all right, through the good graces of the town of Brookhaven and stuff like that. So trying to get him on here, and a professor who's very involved with launching a program at Suffolk County Community College, which will target an academic, I think what they want to do is set up an accrediting program through Suffolk Community College, which would enable students to graduate with an associate's degree maybe, or maybe some kind of a technical degree. I don't really know the technicalities, no pun intended. But we're trying to get those two guys in here so we can have a conversation, let you guys know about that, right? I mean, if we have grandkids, you have nephews, nieces, young children, hey, this is a great opportunity, folks. And on that, I want to share a little something with you. This is what I found in my stack of stuff. Turns out that Alfred State College, right, that's upstate New York, apparently they have a program where they train students to repair and restore damaged vehicles through their auto body wreck/repair program. I didn't know anything about this, right? Why would we? It's Alfred State College. But at any rate, the Educational Foundation of Alfred has provided the funds for purchasing vehicles to be worked on and repaired, and has an automotive dealer's license in the state of New York to purchase vehicles from salvage yards. The project cars have allowed students to not only do body work and paint work, but also a variety of mechanical work as well. Class requires students to complete hands-on work to become more familiar with the process and gain real-life experience. Students have been working on 5 vehicles this year, blah, blah, blah. All right, so that's kind of a flair for what it sounds like Suffolk County. But I'm encouraged by Suffolk County's approach to it, because they want to focus on the technical part of it too, which is really cool, right? Because I talk about that here on Crash Course Radio. These technology platforms on these cars and these trucks, and they're going to continue to evolve. So trying to get this to work, trying to get this to happen next week. All right, see if we can bring them in here and have a round table out of this. It'd be really cool stuff. Really, good information for all rounders, right? If we can hopefully see a program get launched here around that, especially if it's an accredited program, right? I think that'll attract more interest, more students, right? They can actually graduate from Suffolk County Community College with an associate's in auto body repair and stuff like that. It'd be great. And this is really good stuff. Our industry desperately needs this. And I was happy to hear that Suffolk County Community College is at least looking at this and trying to get something off the ground. 631-451-1039. Still looking for an answer to the question of the day. All right, it's important stuff, folks. All right, I don't know if you know the right answer here. I don't think you do, because I deal with this at my shop. And a lot of people, they take the bait with the insurance company on this. All right, you had a loss, you had an accident, you call the insurance guys, and they're telling you, you shouldn't be calling us. You need to call the other guy. All right, because they're at fault. So call them and file the claim through them. All right, but you're insisting on using your coverage, right? Can they do this? Can they try and dissuade you from using your insurance? All right, there's a real answer to that. All right, so let's see. We've got a little under 4 minutes left of the show. 631-451-1039. We want to give away some cool stuff, including a really cool $10 gift certificate to Dunkin' Donuts. Hey, free donuts and coffee on us. What's better than that? And some really cool stuff. All right, folks. Hey, remember, real significantly though, all right, we talk about a lot of useful stuff here, and I just kind of want to, circle back. Remember that one? Circle back? An oldie but a goodie. But anyway, seriously, insurance companies are in the insurance business, right? I've talked about this. Not in the collision business. All right, they're not, they're not repairing cars. They're not selling cars. They're insuring them. All right, they're not in the collision business, so why would you let them dictate where you get your car repaired? But folks, I see this going on all the time. I drive to work. I pass 2 insurance company sponsored shops, or what they call DRPs, and I'm unfortunately, I have to report that they look like they're doing pretty well. All right, and I say that with an eye toward confusion, because I'm thinking they don't really advertise. They don't market themselves. These people sit there and they wait for stuff to come to them. Right? And I've talked about this. If you're in a shop and you're an insurance-sponsored shop, in other words, you're doing work, you've signed a contract, or you have an agreement you're going to fix XYZ insurance company's cars. I get it, all right? I get it on a business level. I really do. But from the viewpoint of a businessman who's really in control of his future, his destiny, I'm very confused on that. All right, so these guys have basically relegated that to somebody else. And in this case, it's the insurance company, right? They're not doing anything for themselves. They're relying on an insurance company to send them customers, right? You don't want to be that customer, right? You didn't go there because somebody said it's great, they do great work. No, the insurance guy said, hey, we have a body shop in the area close to you, and they've agreed to our repair criteria, and they're going to fix your car. Oh, great, fantastic, I'm going to go there. No, don't ever do that. Instead, go to collisionservicenetwork.com, all right, and find a shop that's going to work for you, all right? And you can always reach us on phone or through email as well. All right. Yeah, you like I like to say, it's a joke, right? You wouldn't go to a foot doctor for a heart problem, right? That's an oldie but a goodie. All right, so you should never allow the insurance company to suggest where you should have your car repaired, folks. All right? Like I've said this before, years ago, this was a faux pas that they could have ran into all kinds of problem with the state on. All right, so please, if you're filing a claim, you should be talking to us before you're speaking to them, right? But if you don't, or you couldn't, and you did anyway, remember what I always say. Remember your rights and expectations, and just turn around and tell them that you listen to Crash Course Radio and you know what those are, and you're going to have one of the Collision Service Network shops fix your car. All right, and remember, we resurrected the old Nancy Reagan. Just say no, folks. All right, what do we mean by that? Photo inspections. Say no. When they ask if you have photos, say, I don't think so. But I know that you can take all the photos you want of my car. It's at a Collision Services Network body shop. All right? All right, don't allow photo inspections. They're no good. They're good for the insurance guys, bad for you. All right, anyway, we're going to end up on that note. Had a lot of fun. We didn't get a caller again. Really upset. Didn't get to give away any free stuff. All right, we'll try next week again. Oh, don't forget, you can now hear us again Sunday afternoons. All right? So if you like something on the show and you want to hear us again, you can find us Sunday afternoons. Folks, have a good week, and I will see everybody next week.
Right.